A verse-by-verse study in the Book of Obadiah, ESV, with Irv Risch, Survey of Obadiah. Book type: the fourth book of the Minor Prophets, the 31st book of the Old Testament, the 31st book of the Bible. Author: Obadiah, as noted in Obadiah 1 verse 1. Audience: Obadiah was written concerning the Edomites living in the nation of Edom. These people were descendants of Jacob's brother Esau and had been in conflict with Israel for centuries. The Lord sent this letter through Obadiah to warn Edom that their prideful sin would soon lead to their destruction. The Edomites lived in what is now known as Petra, a city in a high, rocky mountain range. Though they thought their cities were impenetrable, the Lord accurately predicted they would soon be destroyed. Date: uncertain, though most likely between 848 and 840 BC. Overview: Obadiah is the shortest book in the Old Testament with only 1 chapter and 21 verses. Its brief message consists of 3 major parts. The first section, Obadiah 1 verses 1 to 14, emphasizes God's judgment specifically upon Edom. The first 9 verses introduce Obadiah and the punishment coming upon Edom. Verses 10 to 14 emphasize the particular sins leading up to this punishment. Edom had been violent to the Jewish people, Obadiah 1 verse 10, gloated over Israel when they had been defeated by others, Obadiah 1 verse 12, looted their possessions, Obadiah 1 verse 13, and even handed over refugees fleeing the war, Obadiah 1 verse 14. The second section, Obadiah 1 verses 15 to 16, emphasizes God's broader judgment upon the nations. The day of the Lord is near for all nations. The third section, Obadiah 1 verses 17 to 21, shifts to God's future restoration of Israel. Though the kingdom was divided at the time of Obadiah's writing, in the future Israel would again retain its rightful land inheritance as promised by the Lord. Mount Zion would be holy, Obadiah 1 verse 17, while the house of Esau, the Edomites, would have no survivors, Obadiah 1 verse 18. Though some of those from Jerusalem were exiles, the Jews would one day possess the cities of the Negev as well as other lands. God was not done with his people Israel, offering future hope to his people as well as predictions of judgment for his enemies. Key verses, ESV. Obadiah 1 verse 4, though you soar aloft like the eagle, though your nest is set among the stars, from there I will bring you down, declares the Lord. Obadiah 1 verse 12, but do not gloat over the day of your brother in the day of his misfortune, do not rejoice over the people of Judah in the day of their ruin, do not boast in the day of distress. Obadiah 1 verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the nations. As you have done, it shall be done to you, your deeds shall return on your own head. End of the survey of Obadiah. Please note: the material used in this video is from BibleRef.com, which is from Got Questions Ministries and is posted here to be read by immersive reader in the Edge browser. If you copy this material, please follow these rules. Content from BibleRef.com may not be used for any commercial purposes, or as part of any commercial work, without explicit prior written consent from Got Questions Ministries. Any use of our material should be properly credited. Please make it clear the content is from BibleRef.com. BibleRef.com content may not be altered, modified, or otherwise changed unless such changes are specifically noted.